What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys? Guys, it's my favorite time of year for MLB. And I know you're saying, what the heck? It's almost December. It's freezing in New York City. But let me tell you something. This is winter meetings coming up. And this is the best time for fans, at least most fans who love baseball. Because imagine when you're younger, where you're envisioning what guy you can get on your team and trades. And back in the day when I was young, you took baseball cards on your team. So it was like so cool to have different players, even when you're doing fantasy. Sorry, there's a kid screaming. So even when you're doing fantasy or doing sport, it's great to just, assume who you're going to get. And even if you know you're not getting them, it's just nice to, guess and assume maybe you can. What would happen if we got this person? So it's great, right? So anyway, what I want to talk about today is before I get into Shohei Ohtani, okay, because I'm going to talk about him right away. But I just, for you guys know I'm a diehard Diamondback fan. And I've been a Diamondback fan from the beginning, since '98. So I honestly had the best year. The only thing that we fell short, but nobody expected us to get this far. I did expect us to maybe make the playoffs in the wild card, which we did. But the fact what we did, we were lacking a lot of players, but it was fantastic. To me, it was Moreno who changed it. So Arizona is a perfect team now to just add a few more pieces, and it's got to be smart, right? Like, you remember when the Diamondbacks, man, they got Greinke, and it was a good move, but same thing like Bumgarner. I thought that would have been a pretty decent move. I was hoping he'd bounce back, but you spend all this money, and for a team like Arizona, you can't miss on these contracts, because it's not like the Padres where you miss on the contracts, you just keep buying more and more and more. The Yankees and stuff, Dodgers. This is a team that we can't miss. Anyway, I do want to get into Ohtani, and for you fans who've been asking me and my subscribers, let's talk about it. Where does Shohei Ohtani go? Okay. Let's talk with the favorite. The favorite is the Dodgers. Right? That's clearly the team that's supposed to get him. Right? It fits. It's LA. You would think, okay, that's the team that's going to grab him. Let's see what happens, because they got the money, they got the fame. It's just comfortable on the West Coast. I'm thinking different. Let me tell you what I think. The team that I think are the real favorites is the San Francisco Giants. Why I think the San Francisco Giants are the favorite is they've been spending all the money, trying to spend all the money on guys like Judge, Carlos Correa, and they failed on both of them, right? Lucky them. They dodged 2 bullets. Judge is a good ball player, but going to San Francisco, I don't care how strong he is, he's going to wind up batting .260 with 30-something home runs, and nobody's worth that much money, okay? Injuries will get to him. That's one. Carlos Correa, same thing. Good ball player. No one's worth $300-something million. He's just a good ball player. Look what happened. So the Giants dodged 2 big bullets. However, you get an Ohtani. They haven't had somebody like that since Bonds. Okay? You get a guy who can get 340 home runs in that ballpark easily, even though it's a big ballpark. He's going to hit some in the water. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the main thing is, when he comes back healthy pitching with that park, he's going to dominate. Right? So you expect them to win 19 games in that ballpark. You expect them to be like up, just the most fun for the team. It just fits, right? It just fits to be in that place. So you got to look at, the Padres are going to go backwards. The Rockies are definitely going to stay like that for a while. So he's going to have dominance there. Bob Melvin is a great manager. Okay, he's struggling with the Padres because of attitudes and all that stuff, but he always does really well. He did well with the Diamondbacks, did well with Oakland. He does well. Okay, so I expect him to do well with the Giants. Here's the dark horse that I have. Okay, the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox. He loves Fenway Park. You never know if Boston wants to throw a crap load of money at him. Okay? You never know, because he likes it there. Imagine him hitting against that wall in Fenway. It's 40-something home runs easy. Bunch of doubles. Batting .320, .330. I don't know how he'll pitch over there, because, the East Coast, it's cold. It's tougher to play in the East Coast, but he'll still be great, right? And I could see the Red Sox getting their guy like a David Ortiz was, and then still have a guy who could be an ace in a couple of years. So to me, that's a really dark horse candidate. So let's start again. We got the Dodgers, the favorites. My real favorite is the Giants, and then we got the Red Sox. Now, is there any other team that can sit there? The Yankees, to me, they're not getting them. I just don't see it. I don't see the Yankees getting him right now. I feel like he definitely wants to go more to the West Coast. I don't think he's going to like the Yankees. So I don't see him going to the Yankees. Where else can you see him going? Seattle's not pulling this off. There's no way. I don't see that. Now, there's two teams who are already favorites. One is a World Series champion, and one should have went to the World Series, right? So we'll talk about the World Series champion first, Texas. You put that man on Texas. For the love of God, don't forget that DeGrom is coming back next year at the end. And DeGrom is going to be fantastic because he's been trying to pitch with injuries, and he still was great. He's going to feel so much better. And the year after DeGrom starts, when he starts being healthy, you're going to get flashes of just brilliance. I expect DeGrom to win a Cy Young in a few years because he's going to look great. So just imagine an Ohtani in that lineup, okay, with Corey Seager, with Simeon, Adolis Garcia, for Evan Carter, for the love of Nathaniel Lowe. Oh my God, that lineup. Josh Jung, that would be beast mode. Now, the other team is the Atlanta Braves. I don't even want to know if he goes to Atlanta, what the hell's going to happen. Okay, because Ronald Acuna right now is the greatest player in the MLB. Right now, he's the best player in the MLB. Okay, so if you put that man in that lineup, okay, with Matt Olson, Ozzy Albies, oh my freaking goodness, okay? Michael Harris, that team is going to be stacked, okay? And then you got Sean Murphy. It's just, to me, that would be insane. And not only, it's a small stadium, he will hit 50 home. Imagine him and Olsen hitting home runs, right? Just him, Olsen, Acuna, you're talking 40 home runs, 50 home runs, like it's just a joke if he was there. So I can see Atlanta saying, hey, this is my ace. This would be one pitcher, and now we're getting him for both. I can see that. I can easily see that. So if I had to guess in order, it's the Giants, the Dodgers, the Braves, the Rangers, the Red Sox. Those are my top five that I would go with. And I do think San Francisco can pull this off. Okay? Now, for us Diamondback fans, if anybody wants to stop listening, for us Diamondback fans, what do we need? We need an ace right away. We need an ace, okay? We barely made the playoffs. Look at our team. Zach Gallen, definitely Cy Young type pitcher. Merrill Kelly's getting older, but man, he was, it's criminal how great he was. He was fantastic, right? He was great. So that's two. Okay, you don't know because Kelly has like a lot of injury problems. So we don't know how he's going to be. After those two, who's pitching? Okay, now Brandon Pfaadt was terrific, and I think he's going to be great, but you don't know, right? We have no idea how that's going to be because remember Ryan Nelson last year looked really good at one point and was terrible this year. Jake McCarthy looked amazing last year. It was terrible this year. So you don't know how that's going to be, but Pfaadt just looks different to me. Brandon Pfaadt looks like he's going to be an ace caliber pitcher, but we don't know. But after that, there is nobody. There's injury-prone guys in our farm system. There is no pitcher, so we need an ace-type pitcher and a veteran. So obviously I would want Yamamoto, and then like a veteran guy, like you can get a Wade Miley for 1 year for $4 million to $6 million. That would be great. I still think we get Wade Miley anyway to get in the back end, like you had Zach Davies, right? You go after a guy who can eat innings for you, and Miley is a really good pitcher. So, but we need another guy to take the pressure off Gallen and Kelly. You absolutely need one more, and I do think that if you get Yamamoto, we're not going to get Snell, right? I don't want Snell. Snell probably going to go to Seattle. Okay, you're not going to get him. Excuse me. You're not going to get him. Do you make a trade, right? Do you make a trade on a team? Do you go get a Corbin Burns? Do you spend money for Glasnow? I don't think so. Even though Glasnow is freaking amazing, you're going to get him for 1 year. That doesn't make sense, right? Corbin Burns the same. I just don't see that, right? The Diamondbacks are smart. The same thing the Diamondbacks did this year. They get guys you don't expect. Look, they pulled off Moreno, right? Nobody's seen that coming. Nobody's seen Gurriel. I wrote when we got them, Gurriel was going to hit 20-something home runs, do well. People thought I was stupid. Look what happened. So you'd be surprised. Dylan Cease is a possibility. I know people are looking for him, but if the Diamondbacks really want to spend, because they still need another hitter, they can get like a Eloy Jimenez, Dylan Cease for a lot of farm system guys. We can do that as well. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But the Diamondbacks will be looking to make moves. And Chicago, the White Sox, is definitely a team that I can see them trading. Okay? But where I'm looking for is if the Diamondbacks can spend $28 million a year to get Yamamoto, that would change everything because that freaking kid looks like the real deal. You get Yamamoto and you add him with Gallen and Kelly and then, Fott and then a veteran. Wow. You're talking about innings eaters and you're talking about a team who will be a force to reckon with, okay? But then, let's play the game. Let's say you do get Yamamoto, right? Let's say we do get Yamamoto. What happens? We still need hitting. Let me explain why. I love the move for Suarez. Yes, he's not going to bat you 280. He's going to get you 250, 30 home runs. I'll be absolutely fine with that, okay? Plays 162 games, plays really well third. He's not an amazing third baseman, but he's good enough, okay? And then you got to remember, he went to Seattle. Teoscar Hernandez died out over there. That place is where, offense goes to die. So it's very hard to hit there. You're putting him back in Arizona, he'll fly out of there. And he's still young. He's still in his young, I think he was 31, 32. He's young. So, we only have him. We have him for $12 million or $11 million. It's so cheap. And then if we want, we can keep him for next year. If not, that's it. Hazen was genius with that. Then same numbers for Matt Chapman. Chapman would put up the exact same number as Suarez for about $13 million more. So this was a great move. And if they don't like him, they can still keep moving somewhere else. But I like the move for Suarez. I can see him doing really well there. Okay? That's one. But we still think about it. Look at the infield. You got Christian Walker, which I love. You got Ketel Marte, who needs to stay healthy. Because it shows when he stays healthy, look how good that was. He was in shape this year. He stood healthy the whole year. Okay? Perdomo, who better not go anywhere. I know Lawler's right behind, but Perdomo better not go anywhere. He's just getting better and better as a player. He is a solid baseball player. Okay? And he's just going to be, he could be a leadoff hitter. He is so good. He was so good in the playoffs for us. That kid has ice water in his veins. He needs to stay. I get Lawler, so that's why you got Suarez, right? Just in case give Lawler time, and if he starts to do amazing, Lawler, then we could talk about, okay, goodbye to Suarez or moving Lawler somewhere else. We could figure that out. But right now, Lawler needs time, okay? He's probably going to bat 250 this year with like 20 home runs, okay? If that, depending on his playing time. So that's the infield, and then we go to the outfield. Corbin Carroll, who's amazing. Then what? Alek Thomas is an amazing fielder and an okay offense. It was so much fun watching him be clutch in the playoffs, but he's not going to bat you more than 260 the most, with about 15 home runs, right? And that's being a little generous, okay? I don't see that. I don't know if we keep him. Maybe you keep him because he's so good at fielding and, he showed in the playoffs. Maybe that's his coming out party. I don't know. But even if they do, we still need another lefty or a platoon. I would like, and this is just only if we sign a great pitcher and spend money, I wouldn't mind a Jock Peterson. Okay? Jock can bat you 270 in Arizona with 30 home runs easily. Easily, he can do that. He did it for the Dodgers, and he's in San Francisco. He still played well, but again, it's another ballpark. It's hard to hit. So I can see Jock Peterson doing something like that. You can get a platoon of Peterson and Duvall, you know what I mean? If you're trying to spend a lot of money on a pitcher. If you say you don't want to spend all that money and you just rather, like Arizona always does, they like controlled players, you can go after Eloy Jimenez. Like I said, that would be a great type player if he's healthy because he would kill out there. The only difference is now we're going to be righty stacked if we got somebody like that. We need another lefty. Okay, there really isn't that much lefties in the Diamondback team that are really scary. We need another lefty. So we'll see who the Diamondbacks go. We don't know if they're going to spend a lot of money. We don't know if they're going to make a trade. And then we talk about getting one more big hitter in the outfield and then one more big ace. And then from there, you add a bullpen piece. You can get yourself maybe a backup, a fourth outfielder, right? Which is fine because if you keep Alek Thomas and Carroll and you got that outfield, you get yourself a fourth outfielder to switch. I don't mind that. Look at the move for Tommy Pham. That was fantastic. It worked out well. Now I don't think we're getting Pham anymore, but it worked out well. So Mike Hazen is a genius with this, but the first and the most priority is we need a top pitcher. I do not want to see them go after like just Waka or somebody like that and expect that to be the guy. You know, like Waka and Lugo, all those guys pitch well because it was San Diego. Okay, I don't trust it. Too many injuries with Waka. You know, I'm looking for a solid pitcher. The other guy is Eduardo Rodriguez. I'll be happy with Eduardo Rodriguez because we don't have a lefty. So you put Eduardo Rodriguez as the number 3 after Kelly, slot Brandon Pfaadt into the 4, which would benefit him very well. Now we're talking 4 really good pitchers. So I wouldn't be surprised they go after Eduardo Rodriguez. Just let me know what you guys think. But again, guys, it's going to be a fun off season. A lot of things are going to happen. And, you know, it's the Ohtani Yamamoto off season, so it really depends on where those guys are going. You know, I think the other guy is a manga, who's a lefty, looks good, but that fits like Arizona what they do. You know, not get the big guy, get like the second guy. I could see that, but I'm hoping no. You know, I don't want to see that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Talk soon.